Legends, welcome back to the channel. John here. You normally see this view here on the channel. Today we're heading into the back garden to take a look at what I've been doing and spending and how I've been spending my Easter week so far. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button, hit like, and of course give it a thumbs up if you're a fan. You can see I'm absolutely filthy. I've had a really busy weekend and I've been working on the back garden. And you can see we're in a bit of a mess at the moment, and I haven't done a before and after video. I really should have done. This is sort of during. You can see I've got all this sort of cracked concrete here, this horrible squaddy area here, and this area here used to be a little fish pond area, and that was before we built Mrs. John Coupland's gazebo a couple of years back. So I wanted to just go through with you, talk about what we've done, what we're doing, and what the project's going to entail. Hope you enjoy the video. So, my property was built in the 40s, and in the 70s, my grandfather, of all people, built a big concrete path, and it came from here all the way down to the end of the garden, and I've actually filled that bin already a little while ago. It was a big concrete path, had the washing line down there and bits and pieces, and then obviously we built the gazebo. And to get to it, it was walk down the path, and then cut across the grass to the little path that we had. So let's have a look at the little path that we already had, and we'll mosey on down here. I'm not going to tread on this because I've just grass seeded all that. You can see that there's Protons and Audis and Suzukis all here, which I'll get told off for having. But yeah, this was the little path, and it's the base of this is made up of railway sleepers that are sunk into the ground, and then there's a little bit of plum slate all around here. And if you haven't watched the video on the building of the gazebo, then it's up there in a card right now. I suggest you have a look. So there was a little pathway to the gazebo, and it's built out of these sleepers, and it's got these little sleeper bits in here and plum slate. And so the natural way of doing things would be to put a new path in and continue it down here. I was originally going to just put a big concrete path in from here to here. Blimey, it's looking black over there. It is about to chuck it down. But it would be a case of taking all this out, putting a concrete path in, and I drive cars over here and bits and pieces. So eventually, it's gonna crack. So I got all these sleepers. They cost me £10 a piece from a local farmer, so it's cost me 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120 quid in sleepers, and I'm going to plumb slate all down there, dig that out and have a nice little path. But that's not it. No, I've got some lovely great big moon gates coming. 1, 2, 3, and then that side of things where there's that big heap of muck, I'm going to have a raised bed and a raised bed with a fountain and a fountain. It's going to look awesome, I promise. So this is the muck and the concrete that I dug out of the path. What we did was we put a big crowbar underneath it and then whacked it with a sledgehammer. You can see it's big and thick, and it just came up in these big thick lumps. So if you want any hardcore, it's free. If you want it, you can have it. Let me know. If you're based in Lincolnshire, you can have some hardcore. But that was the first part, to get rid of that, because then when I was digging these out, we could put the spoil in there, and then it was to mark out the floor. And actually, the way that this is built, the angle that it's built at is not perpendicular with the house, and you can see there's a little bit of a dog leg in that path there, and the reason will all become clear when we look at the raised sleeper beds in the next video. So mark this out, dig, put in, mark this out, dig, put in, all the way down here, and as we're going, we're filling in what used to be the path, and we'll talk about that in a minute because I've grass seeded it. So all this top layer is going to be took off next, and that is going to be filled with slate and bits and pieces. Now the spoil, the big load of stuff here, wouldn't all fit in there, but don't worry, don't panic, because you can see these stakes. There's a pop bottle there, there's a stake here, there's another stake there, and another milk bottle over there. That's going to be a raised flower bed, and it's going to be about 60 mil off the ground, so it's going to be about this high. It's 3 sleepers on their end. They're going to be painted. They're going to be then filled with spoil and soil and slated over the top, and then there's going to be a fountain in there and some nice ornamental grasses or whatever in there. Same again this side, because I love symmetry. Everything's got to be nice and symmetrical. You can see here where I've been chopping my sleepers this afternoon, and you can see here the dog leg here and here, and the reason that dog leg is there is because the sleepers are going to fit perpendicular to these this line here. But here is where there's going to be my very first arch. There's going to be 1, 2, 3 arches, a little bit dug out either side, and then some lovely trailing plants over the top there. So there's going to be a big arch, I don't know, there, and there, and then they're going to be painted a wacky colour, but more about that in the next video. So yeah, that's how I have spent my week. It hasn't gone to plan necessarily. You can see down here I've hit a pottery drain, which used to go over there somewhere to the bomb shelter that we used to have. Yes, we did. And there's another one here, and the way I've succumbed that is just by chopping a big bit out of the sleeper underneath. You'll never see it, it's just a decorative pathway. These will adorn the entrance. They'll go about there and there. They are foo dogs or dragons. I've got 2 of those there over there at the moment, but they will adorn the entrance, and then obviously we'll have the raised bed, and then the big arch, and big arch. Hope you can see my vision. If you can't, well, hopefully we can give you an update throughout these videos, and it will evolve as we put the fountains in. I wanted to put a pond in here, have a bridge over the pond. We can't do that due to, well, cost, if all honesty, and we've got a pond down there. Till next time then, have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. If you've enjoyed the video, as I say, hit subscribe, hit like. What do you think? Do you think it's going to look good? What would you do differently? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. It's been great recently. I've had loads of views. It's literally just starting to rain, so I think that is a good place to end the video. Have a great day, take care, and goodbye.